everybody, thanks for stopping by. Today, as you can see, I am doing a collab video of some of my favorite cream polishes. I was asked to do this video in collaboration with Callie from 360nails.com, and I want to thank her so much for inviting me to do this video. It's super sweet of her. So I would really hope that you guys will go and check out her social media, which I will link down below. And so like I said, these are going to be some of my favorite cream polishes. You know, as I started, sorry, I'm trying to get situated here. When I started collecting nail polish, I was very much into cream polishes. I didn't really, you know, stray too far from cream polishes, and so a majority of my collection is cream polishes, so I have a really hard time narrowing them down. And I will preface this video by saying a lot of these are Zoya, just because Zoya is my favorite brand by far, and they do cream polishes like no one else. I mean, just amazing, amazing quality and formulas on their cream polishes. So I believe I have a little under 20 polishes here to show you, a majority of which are Zoyas. There's a couple other ones kind of thrown in here that we will talk about also. My lighting is terrible. It looks like it's about to storm right now. I have taken swatches of these guys. I don't know how accurate these bottle shots are going to be, but this is the only time I'm going to have to film this video, so I apologize in advance for my lighting. I'm hoping it's going to be okay. Looking at the camera, it seems like it's going to be okay, but when I get into editing, if there's any color variations, I will let you know. And yeah, thanks again for 360 Nails for inviting me. When I did this video, like I said, I have a whole lot of cream polishes, really hard for me to narrow down. So how I did this video is I went ahead and pulled some cream polishes that I love that I haven't talked about on my channel yet. So these definitely aren't my favorite. I mean, there's no way I could ever narrow down my favorite cream polishes, but I wanted to go ahead and feature some other cream polishes that I haven't talked about in my videos recently. So let's go ahead and get started. So I have a little pile of polishes here, so I'm just going to randomly kind of grab and go. There's a good variation here. You can tell that I'm kind of ready for spring and summer because a lot of these, and also because I've been featuring a whole bunch of fall and winter shades just because we've been in that time of year. So a lot of these are kind of colorful polishes, and you know, I've been putting these on and swatching them, and I'm just like, oh, I'm ready for spring. Like, I was putting on some of these pastels and some of these brights, and I was like, ooh. So I'm definitely going, I'm willing spring to come sooner because I can't wait to wear some of these polishes. So let's go ahead and jump in. So I do have, so let's see here. Let me grab some of these because I think some of these are along the same kind of, okay. So some of my favorite cream polishes are like baby blues, pastel blues, that sort of thing. And so I have 3 polishes here that are super close in color, and I will show all of them up together. I contemplated whether or not I wanted to put all of them in there just because they're so close, but these are some of my favorite cream polishes. The formulas on these are amazing. I'm pretty sure almost all of these are almost 1 coats. And so I had to feature them. They're some of my favorites that I wear during like the transition from winter to spring, and then also during the springtime. So I had to feature these. So first up is going to be a quintessential Zoya polish. This is Zoya's Blue. You know, this is talked about for so many reasons, and you know, there's reason why it's so amazing. It's this gorgeous kind of pastel blue, but it is very much, it's a lot more white than it is blue. It just has a little bit of blue to it, so it's not your typical kind of baby blue. It's got a little bit more chalky white to it, but the formula on this is just insane. It's so gorgeous. Like, I almost got this opaque in 1 coat. I had to do 2 just to kind of fix a couple like brush stroke mistakes that I had done, but this is almost a 1 coat. A 1 coat for like a white, like baby bluish color, like you can't go wrong. Like, this is insane. So like, you need this in your collection if you don't have it. Zoya's Blue is gorgeous. I almost forget about it sometimes just because I really only wear it during the springtime, but when I put it on, like when I put it on earlier to like swatch it, I was just like, I love this polish so much, and I just don't give it enough love because I'm very seasonal, and I just only really wear this during the springtime. So I love, love, love this polish. So that is Zoya's Blue. And then along the same lines, we're going to talk about Zoya's Kristen. And Zoya's Kristen is a little bit of a brighter, like a little bit more blue. So here it is up against blue. So it's got a lot more blue to it, but it's very dusty. It's a dusty blue. And this is gorgeous. It's such a pretty color. Very, this is a good year-round shade. I do end up wearing this kind of in the winter transition period. So probably like February to like maybe March-ish I might wear this. Oh, it's just a really pretty like rainy day kind of blue to me. It's just a little bit, it's got that gray quality to it. So to me, I just think this is a really, really pretty color. So that is Zoya's Kristen. And then along the same lines, we're going to talk about Zoya's Lake. And Zoya's Lake to me is like a murky blue. So this compared, so I will put all three of them up here for you so you can get a peek here. So Zoya's Lake does have a little bit of green in it, so to me it turns it into this like murky kind of bluish green, and it does have a dusty quality to it, so it is a little gray, you know, a little bit muted. But this is so pretty. Again, this is like a winter transitional shade for me, and I just think it's very, very beautiful. And again, almost one coat creams on these. They're just so amazing. Like, I just can't say enough about Zoya's cream formulas. They're just so awesome. Just self-leveling is amazing. Just, I can't get enough. As I'm putting them on, I'm just like, these are so good. Like, I can't tell you how good these are. I just, oh, they're so good. So anyway, that is Zoya's Lake. Again, I will show you all three. Ah, hang on. Let me show you all three again, just because they're all pretty close. Do you really need all of these in your collection? I don't know, but I do. So again, you've got Zoya's Blue here to your left, you've got Kristen here in the center, and then you've got Lake here on the right-hand side. So there you go. Those are gorgeous, gorgeous polishes. So moving along, I will talk about I do have a couple greens that I want to talk about, and these are amazing. So first up, I will talk about is Zoya's Ness. And Zoya's Ness is almost like a four-leaf clover type of green to me. It's got a little bit of, it's kind of like a jade green, kind of like four-leaf clover. It's like green, but it's got a little bit, it's like a bright green when you see it on the nail, but it does have a little bit of like a dusty quality to it. Like, it's not super in your face, but it's got just it's still like colorful enough to be, you know, a nice bright on your nails. So this is a really pretty color. I love this. This is definitely a summery, like a springy type shade to me. It's like a grassy green, but it's just got a little bit more, what's the color in this? I want to say, is it like a yellow? It's like a little bit off from a grassy green. I want to say it's like maybe a white? Maybe it's a white. Yeah, I think it's a white. So there's like a little bit just more white in here. So I really enjoy this color. Again, it's one of those I only really wear in the springtime, so I just don't get a whole lot of use out of it, but every time I put it on, I'm just like, I love this color so much. So that is Ness. And then another one of my favorites that I absolutely love, and this is a good year-round color. It's a very nice neutral shade. This is Bevin. And Bevin is a gorgeous kind of bluish green, but again, it's got a lot of dustiness to it. It's a lot of gray, so it's very neutral on the nail, but it does give your nail a little bit of color to it, so it's not totally blah. This is again a nice transition color for me from the winter to spring. It's a nice kind of rainy day, similar to Kristen. It's got a little bit of color, but that dustiness I just think, you know, suits any time of year. Really, really pretty. Love, love, love this shade. If you want to see it up against Ness, there you go. Really pretty. And then the other shade that I want to talk about is a really nice kind of summery green, and this is called Cecelia. And Cecelia is a really nice teal. It leans more to the green side of teal than blue. I'm pretty sure this is a one coater. This is gorgeous. I don't think this is a stainer from what I recall. I haven't swatched this one yet, and I haven't worn it in a little while, but I don't think this is a stainer. But this is super pretty during the summertime. If you want to see it up against all three of them, there you go. So you've got Bevin on the left, you've got Ness there in the center, and then you've got Cecelia there to the right. So wonderful green colors. I love these so much. And then let's see here, moving on with some more bright colors, I will talk about my two favorite kind of corally pinks, peaches that are corally pinks, corally like orange, like peaches that I like to wear again in like the spring, summertime. But these two I think are more, I guess one's more of my spring color and one's more of like my summer color. So the first one, and both of these came out in, I want to say, this come out in Wanderlust last year? I think these are new releases, I think. I think these came out in the summertime, I want to say. So the first one we'll talk about is Sawyer. And Sawyer is a really nice creamsicle orange, really awesome formula. I had, prior to this, I held off on purchasing this one just because I have Zoya's Coal, which is a little bit more of a chalkier creamsicle color, but the formula on that is awful. This is a gorgeous, gorgeous color. I'm pretty sure this was a one coater. Wonderful formula. It's got a little bit more orange in it than Coal does, so if you were holding off, I would highly recommend this shade. I think it's really, really pretty. And then its kind of sister polish that came out around the same time is Cora. And Cora is really, really pretty. It's a very much quintessential coral color. It's got a little bit of pink and a little bit of orange to it. Again, awesome formula. If you guys want to see those up close together, I love these shades. And as soon as I was putting these on earlier, I realized how much I'm missing wearing color. I'm ready for some spring. This is more of like a springtime shade for me. This is more of like a summertime shade for me. But I really, really love these. I think these are super beautiful creams. So again, that is Sawyer and Cora. And then moving into some more brights for summertime. So this one I wear around July for like 4th of July type stuff, and makes sense. This is Zoya's America, and this is like America in a bottle. It's basically like the American flag type red, very bright, really good formula, really pretty. It's just a beautiful bright red. Love this shade. So that is America. And then the pink that I tend to wear a lot during the summertime is, this is Nana. And Nana is a really pretty pink. It's got a little bit of purple to it, but it definitely leans more on the pink side. I just think this is a really pretty shade. During the summertime, it's not too bright of a pink for me, which is what these are normally the pinks that I wear that have a little bit of purple in them, just because I love purple. And I just think these suit my skin tone a little bit more. Sometimes like the lighter pinks, if you don't have a lot of a tan, I feel like they can kind of wash you out a little bit and make you look more pale, whereas these guys are a little bit warmer, and I think they kind of help you kind of fake a tan a little bit better. So I tend to prefer these types of pinks over like the baby kind of Barbie pinks, but I really, really love this shade. I didn't realize I was pulling it off my shelf and I shook it up, but I feel like I have it. It's pretty far down considering, you know, I have a whole lot of polish, so really enjoy this. This is definitely a toe color for me during the summertime also. And then moving in, I got one more bright, and then I think the rest of these are kind of like fall-y type shades. So the other one that I will talk about for brights that I wear during the summertime, and this one is a China Glaze, so we're gonna switch it up a little bit. This one is called, I got a Blue Attitude, and I can't remember when this one came out. I wanna say it came out last year. I think there was like an 80s type collection that came out like around the fall time maybe. And this is like a beautiful blurple color. To me, it leans a little bit more on the purple side than it does blue. I love this color so much. It's so just vibrant and juicy, and I don't know if juicy is the right word, but it's just very vibrant on the nail, and I just, this shade of purple I can't really replicate in my collection. So I just really, really enjoy this color during the, I usually wear this like late summer, I want to say. It kind of transitions you a little bit into fall just because it's a very like royal type color, so I really enjoy that one. So that is, I got a Blue Attitude from China Glaze. And then for some fall kind of nude shades, we are going to talk about, this one is called, I feel bad showing this because it's limited edition, but I do really, really love this color, and I haven't talked about it at all on my channel. This is from Virago Varnish, and this is called The Hustle. And The Hustle is a really gorgeous pumpkin kind of caramel shade. When you talk pumpkin, this one has a lot more brown in it than it does orange, so it's a little bit darker. I would say like pumpkin pie type color, like once you've mixed all of the like spices and everything in it and the pumpkin turns like slightly more brown, that's what this is. And this is awesome. Gorgeous formula, really like rich and like earthy tones, like perfect for the fall time, which is what I usually like to wear. I like to wear like really warm earthy tones during the winter time, or excuse me, during the fall time. So this definitely, this definitely fits the bill. So that is The Hustle from Virago Varnish. And then my two kind of nudes that I like to wear in the fall time, this one, I love, love, love this one so much, and I'm so glad I got my hands on it because it got released, I think this came out in the Hunger Games collection, and this was like prior to me collecting polish, and so I think when I first heard about it, I couldn't find it anywhere, and I was able to eventually find it, so I'm glad that I did. This is from China Glaze and it's called Dress Me Up. It's talked about quite a bit. There's a reason for it. It's this really nice kind of like brownish rosy color. So pretty on the nails. I love this so much. I'm definitely a sucker for like grandma like rosy colors, so I think you definitely have to be like, you definitely have to like these types of colors, but I am a grandma all the way and I love, love, love these shades. And this is a gorgeous formula from China Glaze. It's just a really nice kind of darker rosy pink. So love that. This Dress Me Up. And then the last one that we're going to talk about is a really pretty nude color that I don't really hear too many people talk about. It came out a couple years ago. I want to say like a year or two ago. And this is Zoya's Misty. And Misty is a nude, but it's got a little bit of green in it. And so there's something about it. It just gives it a little bit something different. It's like a nude, but that little bit of green, I think it just, I don't know, it's something about it. And it's more of a cooler green. So for me, I feel like you could wear this any time of year. I should have probably featured this. This is probably one of my more transitional like winter shades, just because that green's a little cooler and I tend to wear more warmer tones in the fall time. So this to me is more of like a winter transitional shade into spring. But I just really love like nudes that have a little bit of a color to it. I just think they kind of liven up the nail, like wake them up a little bit so that you're just wearing just like a blah, kind of like yellowy, you know, just like plain like nude creams that are just like, you know, plain flat skin tone like color. Sometimes I don't really love those that much. They need to have something to them. So this with that little bit of green, I think definitely like wakes it up a little bit. So I really love that one. So that is Zoya's Misty, and that is it. So again, I hope I gave you guys some ideas for cream polishes. I can't recommend Zoya enough. If you haven't tried Zoya, definitely keep an eye out for their sales. I feel like they're probably gonna have one here, if not sooner, but they'll definitely probably have one for their Earth Day sale in April. And I can't recommend them enough. Their formulas are amazing. You can't go wrong if you love cream polishes. I think Zoya is the place to go. Thanks so much to 360 Nails again for inviting me to do this collab with her. So definitely go check out her video and see what her favorite cream polishes are. And I thank you so much. And if you're coming over from 360 Nails, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know what you thought. Come check out some of my other videos. I love talking about nail polish and I love hearing what you guys are loving. I love getting feedback and finding new polishes and new brands. So I would love to hear what you guys thought about this video. And I thank you so much for watching, you guys. Have a great one. Bye.